Hello, everybody. Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining me. Wednesday evening, WoodUbending Posh Chalking night. Hi, Manhazem. Welcome, welcome. My name is Angela, and I am the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm a WoodUbending Posh Chalk retailer over here in Germany. I am located nearby Frankfurt am Main, which is right in the middle of Germany. And it is, hi Alexia, it is 8 p.m. over here at the moment. So when you join me, just let me know where you're watching from and say hi to me. Hallo Ute, grüß dich. If you haven't done it yet, please pop over to my page, leave me a like there. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Elfen and Helden, I tagged it in the description of this live video. If you have questions, leave it in the comments. I will try to answer that straight away. And if I'm not answering it straight away, if I miss it, just repost it. Otherwise, I will come also back later and see if I can answer your questions. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Kim. Hi to Indiana. So tonight we are blinging up and WoodUbending up like a metal bin, which I've already prepared. This is painted in the silk range from Dixie Belle. Who is interested in how I got this finished, you can shoot me a message and I can explain that to you. I haven't done a video about it yet. I'm probably going to do that later sometime. Hi, WoodUbend. Thank you for having me on your page. So, the ornaments I've brought with me are the following. I've written that down. I have like this decorative pair, 1338, which are those we're going to put on there. We are having the floral square 2427, which is this one, which is going to go on there. And around the top, I'm having the trim 124. So those are the items we are going to use. And then I'm still deciding, I've got it on here. Maybe I can see if you can see that if I put that at the back here. I think this is, oh, well, otherwise you can ask. I can repost this. So, okay. The main colors are navy. I haven't decided yet. Who knows me? Like, my decisions are last minute decisions. So I've got the Posh Chalk metallic paste in blue Prussian. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this or if I'm going to make a mixture out of the pigments in silver and pale gold, because I think I'm going to do that. This is going to go into my bathroom, and those are the colors which are in there. I'm probably going to do that. We're going to have a stencil on top, also from Posh Chalk, and this is the stencil Kaleidoscope, which is this one. You're probably going to think this is huge and the bin is tiny. I just want to have it on top, just like one piece of it. So that's what the plan is. I would say let's get going. I'm going to put my ornaments on the griddle to get them nice and warm. Who hasn't used the WoodUbends before? They are made out of wood, and they have all the benefits, and yeah, they basically behave like normal wood. They are porous, so you can stain them. They are, when they are cold, like at the moment, they are hard, so you can sand them, you can drill them, you can break them. If you break them, it's no problem. You can join them back together. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Deborah. So this is pretty amazing stuff. And the most amazing thing about them is when they are warmed up, you can bend them. That's what I call WoodUbend. You can bend them around any surface you are thinking of, because this is like a round surface. And I want to have this one laid out around here, and those trims around the side from it. So obviously they have to bend around it. And that's a nice thing. When they are warm, you can bend them around the corners. So you can warm them up either with a heat gun, you can warm them up with a hairdryer, which takes a little longer, but the benefit of the hairdryer is that you're not charring your wood bends and your project. And I know what I'm talking about because I'm pretty good at like creating chaos. So I'm putting it down on the grill at the moment. If you have something like that, that's just perfect because when you prepare the things, they can warm up on there to get nice and smooth. And those trims, they come in those coils, which like makes them easy to store, and they're pretty safe in this shape basically. And I'm putting that down on the grill also to warm it up. And we're going to get started with the stencil on top, I think. And I think which color I'm going to, just let me know. Do you want to have the pigments, gold silver mixture, or the blue Prussian metallic paste? Just shoot it in the comments, please, quick. Anybody? Anybody? I'm gonna go with your decision. I'm gonna go with your decision, guys. Anybody? Please talk to me. Talk to me. Applying the wood bends, you do that with regular, good quality wood glue. I'm just preparing my. I can basically lay the bin down so it doesn't roll around. But don't look at now. I'm going to stay at the top. I'm going to do the stenciling first, but I'm going to prepare that anyway. So blue, I'm seeing blue. Hi Belinda. Michelle wants to see blue. Anybody else? Blue or a mixture of silver and gold to get like a pale gold, a paler gold than pale gold, which I've got here. So this is basically later on to lay that down. So blue, I'm seeing one blue. Okay, then I'm going for the blue. If you're saying blue, I'm going for the blue. Okay. Then I've done those. Mixture. Okay, I'm seeing blue, I'm seeing a mixture. Now, anybody else giving me blue or mixture? Maybe I use everything. Okay, maybe I use everything. Let's see. Why not? Why not use everything? Okay, I'm going to use everything. I'm going to use everything. As per usual, if I can't decide, I just, oops. Nothing happened. I use everything. Okay, I've got for my pigments, I'm going to use the Top Coat Gloss by Dixie Belle to mix them in. That here. Still haven't got a bigger table, but I will be fine. Put it to the side for now. I don't need that at the moment. The name of my website is Elfen und Helden. I've put my Facebook page in the description of this video, Kim, and there you can find my website. That's great. But if you pop over there and leave me a like there, it's highly appreciated. So, okay, the hissing in the background. I brought the shop cat back home because it is freezing temperatures now, and my fur baby at home is not too happy about it at the moment. So I am going to mix, see that you can see. I'm going to get some of the silver pigments. You can basically control how thick or how thin your mixture is with the liquid you're mixing it in by how much you put in there. So this is basically, you can choose that yourself. Got that in the glass. Close those up. I prefer putting in the pigments first and then applying or then pouring a little bit of my Hello, Vera. Yeah, somebody can take my page. That would be absolutely sweet. Thank you, guys. So then I'm just like, because we won't need that much of the, I'm just gonna pour a little. You can see already how that is turning into liquid metal. Isn't that gorgeous? Silver and gold. This is looks absolutely brilliant. So just a little more. See where we go. Behind me. So then I'm just going to mix that up with a brush. You can see how lovely that is. So and this is basically the pigments in pale gold, and I'm mixing them up with some silver now because I want to have it a little brighter, a little lighter, going towards silver. So what do you think of that color? I think that's pretty. So we're going to start with the stenciling on top, and I'm just going to put that down. I'm going to get the stencil brush, and I'm going to get the stencil out. As I said, this is a stencil kaleidoscope, which is also by Posh Chalking. It's a nice big stencil, so especially when you have like furniture projects and things like that, they are lovely to use. And I'm going to use that on top of this of the bin. Make sure that you can see. So, just side that you can see. And I'm just gonna use the nice middle part, which is gonna be about perfect for this, the size of the bin. I'm just eyeballing. I'm always eyeballing. I know this is a nightmare for most the people. They like to measure. I do eyeballing because my projects are not about to be perfect. I'm a perfectionist, but not when it comes down to painting. Kim, micro powders, I'm not quite sure. The pigments are actually real metal. So, okay, I'm just dabbing it off a little bit, and then I'm gonna just go around top. Okay, I've already done a mistake. I should have opened up. The, see that you only need a little of those pigments. I made the mixture nice and thick, so you will, or I will be fine with one coat, but I should have opened up already my paste, so this is going to be an interesting bit now, so you can see me doing some funny movements in a second. I'm going to try to open it up without shifting my my stencil. Obviously this one is a little difficult to take down as it is that big. I'm going to go around here. This is where I want to have the silver and gold mixture. So hang on, guys. I'm holding that down with my elbow now. And I'm opening up the, oh God. Okay. So guys, my spirit animal is a seahorse, and sometimes I wish I would be an octopus. So, but that worked beautifully. I'm going to use the same brush because I'm going to mix those just together. It's beautiful, the stencil, isn't it? So I'm just using it out of the lid at the moment so I can clean that basically off. The blue Prussian is like very beautiful. So then I'm going to come in. So you can basically use those two together. That's no problem. You can do with those pastes, you can do some raised stenciling also. But I'm doing just some regular stenciling here at the moment because if I do raised stenciling, I would have to use some resin or something like that over the top for to protect those, because you can puff them and then they really puff up. But if you push on them, they fall back down. So if you want to avoid that, you can achieve like a structured effect with it. But if you want to have them puffed, you should put like liquid glass or something like that on top. So let's see, hold it a little down there, a little bit more stenciling there, and then we're going to lift it. Okay, hang on. That's it. Okay. That's how I quite like it. And this is now the mixture basically with the blue Prussian in the middle, and a mixture of the gold and pale gold and the silver pigments. Yes, the raised stenciling and with the puffed effect is very, very beautiful. I really, really like that also. So I think I will also use both on the WoodUbends themselves. I don't need the lid up here. Let's get organized. The lid is going to be fine. Put that behind me for now. So I'm going to paint you can paint the WoodUbends before you apply them. You can paint the WoodUbends after. Thank you, Belinda, that's sweet. You can paint them after you apply them. And I'm going to start with I'm going to start with the trim on top. I'm first going to cut that trim to size, which makes it easier for me to work with. So this is now warmed up, so I can basically unroll it, measure it around the top, and I'm going to go right there, and I'm going to cut it. You can cut it with some scissors, you can cut it with, what's this knife called in English? The cutter knife. Pretty sharp. So it's already cooling down again. Okay, it's fine. When you store them, just always put them back into, thank you, Michelle. Dankeschön, Ute. Just put them back in a coil to store them. So put that to the side. I'm going to stretch that out. I'm going to get my heat gun because I want to paint it first and then I'm going to apply it. You can, this is a heat gun I'm using at the moment. As I said, you can use a hairdryer also. Hairdryer, as I said, does take a little longer, but obviously you won't char your project. I always say, do as I say, not as I do. This is fighting me tonight. Okay. That's it. So now I'm going to paint that first. You can paint it after you applied it. You can paint it beforehand. When you paint it beforehand, just make sure you use some flexible paints, because when you bend it afterwards, if you have like a very porous paint, it might crack. So that's the reason. You should take a flexible paint. You take a wood glue of good quality. You can apply those WoodUbends onto onto every surface. If it's wicker, if it's wood, if it's glass, if it's metal. This is a metal bin. So I prepared that by putting a gripping primer on there and go from there. That's it. Put some mineral paints on there, and this top coats, or the top coat I'm using here, is also pretty flexible. Those pastes are flexible. So this is hardening up now. You can see this is hard now, basically. So that's the reason I'm going to be a little careful here. So, and then I'm going to put that back on the griddle to heat up again before I apply it, which has the benefit that the paint dries at the same time, and can go from there. We're going to use a little of the blue Prussian just to go, just a little, brushing it on there on some areas. This is actually a gorgeous combination. Sometimes it is, but I can't decide, and I end up using everything at the end. It's quite interesting, and I think this is a quite pretty combination. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah. I mean, she's a bit nervous. She's old. She lost her sister in summertime. We had to put her down, and she's really lonesome. So she'll be alright. This is only about 3 days now that the other cat is here. But I can't leave her out at the shop, because it's like getting freezing temperatures. So she'll be fine. She'll be fine. It's gonna take a couple of days. So she's very demanding. She's a very demanding cat. Okay, same thing. Gonna paint this ornament around. I'm gonna hold that up. Actually, I'm gonna bring the camera down. You can't really see. Sorry, guys. Can't really see. There you go. You don't need to see me. You need to see what I'm doing down here. Apologies. So I'm just using a craft brush at the moment to paint those. Just make sure that I'm going to get all the crevices. We have to mix some more of the pigments. See if I'm going to be fine. I think I'm going to be fine. Just about. Going to go around the edges. And then I'm just going to use some wood glue, put it on. So that's it. So the other cat from the shop, she's ever so gentle. She's a giant, but she's ever so gentle. You know, she just sits there and she just looks at her and she's like, "What do you have? You know, I'm not doing anything." Okay, a little bit of the blue Prussian in the middle. Just around. just around like this. Okay, now applying it onto the bin. I've prepared I'm rolling up some towels, just 2 towels, so I can lay the project basically down on, so it doesn't roll away. So this is now pretty solid on here. And now I'm going to apply some wood glue on the back of that project. So firstly, you can, I think I'm going to put that in a jar first. You've got to cover the thing nicely, so that it is well covered. I'm just using a little chip brush basically for that. It's the groom, so I'm gonna get like a chip brush, just applying this on here. And because the WoodUbends, they are porous, so it is soaked up, and when they warm up, the glue dries. If there's excess glue squeezed out of the sides, you can always clean that up with a wet brush or something like that. So now I'm just going to put that on where I want to have it, just around here. I'm going to get my heat gun to warm it up. So then I'm going to push that nicely down onto the surface and make sure when you push it down, you won't compromise the details of the ornament. This is the nice thing about it. You can really snuggle it into the surface without compromising the ornament itself. So I'm just going to use a wet brush. I've got my water. I'm just to get the glue, the excess glue out here. Wood glue is, I think all the wood glues, most of the wood glues are water-based, so you can take it off with some water. That's it. There, not here. So half an hour already gone. So I would say we wrap it up here and we continue it with the trims on top and the ornaments on the sides next week, basically to just finish that project off. So you can see it basically from start to the finish, how it is going to be. And the best wood glue, I'm using Tide Bond at the moment. I think there is High Gel, there is the Gorilla Glue, just any good type of wood glue. So this is what the project looks like at the moment. And as I said, we're going to wrap it up now. It's half an hour. It's enough time. And next week, I'm going to show you how we bend the trim around it and apply the trim around it and give you some tips and tricks. And I'm going to show you also how we apply the ornaments on the sides here to make it look like a big ornament from the beginning onwards. So I'm going to get you back up. I'm always amazed how quick half an hour is gone. It's just like this. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. As I said, there's going to be a second part to finish the whole thing off. I hope you like it till now. I think it's a good idea to use like all the colors we decided. And I'm going to go back and see if there are, Sabine, if there are any questions I've missed, and I will answer them later for you. Again, my name is Angela. I am the owner of Creative Energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm a retailer for WoodUbending Posh Chalking products over here in Frankfurt in Germany. If you need any help, don't hesitate to contact me. Otherwise, go to the WoodUbending page and check out your local retailer before you order anything from us online or something like that. So check those out first. If you haven't done it yet, please go and follow my page. I highly appreciate that. And I hope I see you next week then for the second part to finish that little bathroom bin off. I hope you liked it till now. Guys, thank you so much for your time and see you next week. Bye-bye, guys. Cheers. Oh. You love it, Michelle. That's great. I will think about it. Bye, guys. Yeah. Cheers.